WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Jackson.
Caller, you on the Maze Jackson show? What's up?
Hi, this is Katie. How are you?
Hey! Okay, hold on. I'm going to make an official nomination right now that we make Katie the new president of the phone club. Reese, can I get a second from you, man?
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Everybody tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. If you vote that Katie should be the new president of the phone club, please signify by saying aye. The ayes have it. Congratulations, you are now the new president of the phone club. Katie from Ashburn.
We did it. We did it. You're going to be the next president.
How you doing, boss lady?
Thank you. Fine. Thank you. I accept that nomination. Thank you.
All right. You got drafted.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply not to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, say, to take it easy, say, feel so easy, say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore in the building. And I was trying to tell y'all before I was so rudely interrupted about the trip to Springfield. Now, I got a couple things I'm going to tell y'all about that. Uh-oh. People do not want y'all to see the pictures. They don't want it to happen. They fighting us. Oh, no, they ain't. No, they ain't. I got it. Okay. So, I got to tell y'all. So, I get on the bus and I was a little bit nervous. Do you know what I mean? So, we're going to Springfield. We're going to talk to Steve Reich. But I got to tell you that I don't know how I'm going to be received in Springfield. Right, I told you I had went back as on some business and it went well, but I didn't see a lot of people. This time I was actually going into the Capitol. And not only was I going into the Capitol, but we had the Speaker of the House, Emmanuel Chris Welch, had found out that we were coming and invited me to a meeting. Can I stop and pause the music for a second? Now, we were down there on the business of dealing with Lakeisha Collins and State Representative Steve Reich and black folks just saying we're not having it. But I got to tell you that the idea that I would receive a call from the Illinois Speaker of the House, I felt a certain way. I don't know if people truly understand my love of politics, government, and lobbying. And so to be taken away from something that you love to do. I mean, everybody, like when they say don't never let them see you sweat. So you probably never saw me sweat, but I've been mustied in the mud, right? Because I have for about 10 years been almost alienated, isolated from one of the things that I love the most. So while we were there to deal with the Lakeisha Collins issue, I was having my own personal issues in the back of the bus. And so I was like, I don't know if people understand. I just kind of sat down in the back of the bus because I'll be honest with you. I was a little nervous about going back like that. Now, it was great to have all my cousins on the bus with me, but I kind of felt like Lakeisha Collins, right? Where this place that has jumped on me, kicked me, beat me, stomped me, I'm going back, but I'm going back with my cousins. Now, I'm also thinking now I got this. What's also not lost on me, and I really need for y'all to understand that as we disembarked from the bus, that we had to have. So, Ruthie, I oftentimes when you're invited into the room is to make a deal with you to isolate you from your people, right? Or to cut you. So I decided that I wasn't going to go by myself, that I was going to bring a delegation of black folks who had been with us to go because I felt like it was important that you see that I'm not going to change, that there were witnesses that, right, not just witnesses, but I just didn't want to go by myself either, okay? So we get off the bus, we go to the speaker's office. You all have to understand that when I operated in Springfield, to go into that room, like, first of all, only privileged few got to go into the room. Secondly, it is the room that I've got to say that's like walking into the command center of the people that tried to nuclearize you. And then to enter the doors. So let me also back up because shout out to our team. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Nidra. We had the Black People First shirt. So I had my whole little outfit coordinated. I wore this today because this is what I was going to wear. But I couldn't wear it because they had gotten us shirts, right? And then I had my Robin Patrice jacket, my Black King. And, I couldn't decide whether, because I have such respect for the institution, I didn't know should I put on a suit, right? So I said, no, I'm not here. I'm here to take care of the business. We here really for Steve, not for Maze. So I put on my t-shirt, my Black People First t-shirt, and then I put on my jacket that you got me for my birthday from Robin Patrice. The one that said Black King and Black and, what's in it for the Black people. And I had to make a conscious decision. Do I wear this or do I not? Do I conform and make myself presentable to the process, or do I unabashedly go as who I am? So on the bus, I'm really just trying to decide, because have y'all seen the jacket that Robin Patrice did? I mean, it's
Black Power.
It's a Black Power jacket and it's military, and it's everything that the least offensive is not. And then we got these t-shirts that say Black People First. I know y'all probably I would have did it, but I think there was a moment where I was nervous to do that. I'm sharing this with y'all, but I said we are here on business and they got to know we serious. And as we waited in the hallway, because we went in the speaker's office and they were prepared for us to come, I was having heart palpitations. And I got to tell you that as we crossed through the threshold of the speaker's office, and to be greeted and welcomed by a Black man in my Black People First shirt, in my Black King outfit, and I really don't, I'm not into the symbolism, all of that, but I did feel like if we were gonna go in, I wanted to go in unapologetically about what we were about. And to walk into the room, to sit at the table where the largest power brokers in the entire state have to sit at if they want to do a deal. And for us to convene at that table as the Black People First Party with the first Black speaker was a moment of personal history. It was a moment when God literally took a weight off my shoulder. I cannot explain it to you. And then we put the question to him. But the other part was, I thought that it was important. And so as we picked the delegation, I got to throw this part out. We brought Jasmine, who was the youngest, who organized her friends to come with us. And I got to learn how to deal with the young people because their music is great. But it was great to see them there. And she got to ask, I felt like it was important for young people, Black people, to see Black people in a position of power, having powerful discussions and seeing yourself in a leadership spot. I gotta also tell you that I was we gotta document this on our own, because I really felt like, as much as I was in the moment, many a time people have had meetings with me in secret and they act like they don't know me. Like I feel like sometimes I'll be the ultimate side chick, the ultimate political side chick. Help me when you need help, but kick me to the curb when it's public and don't act like anybody is cool. So Ruthie, the speaker, then took photos with us, but then instructed his photographer to come in and take photos too. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. So then, Ruthie, as we're in the building, so we leave, we exit, we have a conversation. The speaker says that essentially he essentially legitimizes black people first, and I'll tell you how that was solidified. He legitimized it in the political arena, not to black people, but in the universe. So for all of everything that I felt about the speaker, I also saw a brother who needed the support of black people, because even as the most powerful guy, do you realize that Crane's magazine didn't even list him? He's a Speaker of the House. He didn't even make the top 10. And so what I realized at that moment was that that brother, even as the most powerful, one of the most powerful people in the state, still was not getting the respect from his colleagues and realized his vulnerability. And it was a moment in which I felt like, let me tell you, you could tell by the way when the Black Caucus saw us that they were not sure how to receive us. Like, they were kind of like, I don't want no problem. Like, we hear you talk on the radio, but we were 100% there not to be on assault of the Black Caucus, but 100% there to show support for a member of their caucus. And as it got around, Ruthie, that we were in town, the phone started buzzing. People started calling. People started saying, they're here, and what are they doing here? Now imagine, Ruthie, walking out in the hallway, and I'm trying to find, walking out in the hallway, and you see unapologetic black people saying black people first, unabashedly speaking on their behalf. Ruthie, as we leave the speaker's office, my phone rings. And as we are asked, as you can see, to meet with the Republican leader. Minority leader invites the whole Black People First into his office, where you can see we walk into the office unapologetically 40 deep and put the Republican leader in the circle. Black people first, making their impact known. But imagine that the Republican leader, you see him in the circle? We're in his office. But he invited us because he wanted the dialogue. Ruthie, it was a moment of black power unapologetically on full display in Springfield. So now, Ruthie, after we visit the Republican House leader, the Black People First Party goes to every black lawmaker's office and delivers them a "What's in it for the black people" and a Black People First poster saying "No apologies" as our calling card. Making a statement, letting them know that we would be back. But then, Ruthie, and I gotta let you see some of our imagery. This is us mobilized outside. We held a mini rally in front of the Republican entrance to their offices. And we forced them to go around us. Black people first. Powerful. Making our presence known in Springfield because we will be back. We held a lecture. We taught the people what exactly they were going on. So then, Ruthie, got to go back. Because part of my favorite was that hold on. Let me see if I can get y'all some of this. Because the black people wasn't playing. Riis, turn up the volume. Not on the road. On the speaker. You got to switch it over. You got it? Do I not have it up enough?
And also with
Hold on.
One of the legislators, not because of she was a Democrat or because she was a Republican, because we were concerned about someone walking up on her as a black woman. But the reason we came here to visit you, that was Representative Wright with Representative Legitimizing.
We talked through that, and I sat with the speaker and also with Representative Counsel Steve Wright. We had a long discussion.
And the speaker,
I think that we had came out of that understanding each other a little bit more. It was an unfortunate situation. It's a place where we have, in that chamber, their emotions run high.
yeah.
And
Imagine
sometimes they
making the Republican leaders explain himself to us. Imagine what it got to be like to feel like, what was so funny was to watch the black folks run up out the room. I mean, the white Republicans run up out the room. Dang, I got to find the video of Steve, though, y'all, because there's the moment, because I got to tell y'all, our squad caught Steve on the elevator. They caught him on the elevator, and they put it to him. And Brother Andre let him have it. Now, let me see, because I'm trying to find Ruthie. We also went into the General Assembly where, hold on, I'm trying to find it. We also, Ruthie, went to the Illinois General Assembly where we confronted Representative Reich. Actually, they caught him in the elevator first. And they was like, "Ooh, there you go, right there." And I got to okay, can I show you one of my favorite images? Can I show you this? Let's see, is that it? That ain't it. Okay. Anyway, Ruthie. So the next, I'm trying to find y'all these images and pictures because we got so much that I took pictures of. But what essentially wound up happening, Ruthie, was we went into the Illinois General Assembly, and we filled the gallery. So immediately following the meeting with the Republican leader, we went into the Illinois General Assembly, went and sat behind the Republicans, very similar to the way that Steve Reich sat behind Representative Collins. Then, Ruthie, it's like, you know how when you know somebody waiting for you so you don't want to come outside? He didn't want to look up. He didn't want to. So we was sitting behind him the whole time. And he was like, "Are you guys going to wear these signs? Can you guys take those signs down?" But he didn't want to come outside. And the Republicans were like, "Are you guys going to make a scene? Is it going to be a problem?" No, we here to be respectful. But we want y'all to be clear that we are here for our sister. And it was funny because really only about 5 or 6 members of the Black Caucus really even acknowledged us. Right? Because, again, I feel like they was a little nervous about how we going to be acting towards them. But it was the point where we wanted people to understand that, and it's kind of a weird space to be in because the people that you were there to support don't really mess with you, but you want everybody else to know that they can't mess with them. I gotta tell you, I know how I would have felt. I know how I felt having Black people first enter the Capitol with me, where I didn't have to be like, where I was seeing all the people who were throwing stones, who were participating in my demise, seeing now us returning with returning in strength. But it was also the moment where I hope that the Black Caucus was able to see that there is more power in being with your people than hiding. See, there's no way in the world that 40 Black people coming to defend one of our members, doesn't get welcome to us. Think about the fact that the Republican leader didn't want a problem. Think about the Black speaker saying, "Hey, man, we want y'all to come into our space." And I want our people not to be scared of us. And I don't mean that like, "Ooh, y'all punks," but I feel from the standpoint that, like, y'all, we're at war right now. And We can't be scared of each other in this space. And I got to tell you what was one of the most beautiful moments, and I really wish I had a camera to capture it. It was when all the Black Caucus was looking at Representative Lakeisha Collins, acknowledging and thanking us for supporting her. They were across from us because we were standing behind the Republicans. And then we all stood when Representative Collins was acknowledging the fact that she felt unprotected and that it was what's in it for the Black people, New Era Chicago, Black people first, coming down to Springfield to stand in solidarity and support of her. And for those Republicans who were wondering, what the hell is going on? And we should have and at the end, we were like, Steve, we're watching you. Right? And it was one of those things where I felt like you didn't have, it was one of the very first times that I had ever seen Black people in power in Springfield in my space. And I'm not talking about a vote. I'm talking about people looking across the line like, I don't want none of that problem. None of it. And in the same day, we practiced everything that I teach you every day, which is how can we help or how can we hurt? To me, we helped the Black Caucus whether they accepted our help or not. And to the white Republican, we hurt him. He was clear, we ain't having it no more. And it was a weird space because I was thinking about when my Republican associate who came to chase us down to come to the meet with, we wasn't there for pictures. He was like, you want to take a picture with him? We wasn't there for pictures. The brothers was we came here to let you know, and you may have worked it out, but we ain't clear yet. So Ruthie, then we left the Capitol because it was, can I just tell y'all the funniest part? Everybody was trying to find the right moment to do the Malcolm X too. You know, the Malcolm, because it did feel very powerful as Black people to be empowered. Right, to do it. And so you know the scene in the Malcolm X movie when when he go like this? Mm-hmm. It's like everybody was trying to find a moment to do it. Let me get this thing right here. Right? But the ability to see Black power on display in Springfield I was grateful that Jasmine and her friends got the opportunity to see it. Because I don't know any time that our young people have seen that. And I'm not talking about in a protest. I'm talking about power meeting power. Boom. And so it was interesting because then we left. And shout out to Cassandra and the squad. Because then we left. And Ruthie, I felt like a civil rights I felt like the old days in the civil rights because we went to the NAACP. And, people like, the NAACP, them old da-da-da-da-da. But I was thinking about our network and connecting the dots. And it was a great to leave. Now, they didn't have the food one day on time. But, man, they was right because when it got there, woo-wee, they put their foot in it. But it was the moment where the bus pulls up to the NAACP headquarters. We all get to finally unpack, unload, sit down and eat after a day of fighting and to know that you got a place and they like, y'all welcome here. Anytime y'all come back down here and the next time y'all come back down here, we in on it too. And then you find out that the NAACP was founded in Springfield at the Springfield NAACP chapter because of the riots that occurred around the country. Now, it was funny because then they started talking about the Jewish and all that stuff, and we was like, oh.
Don't take it too far.
Don't. Right. Because we was all in the moment. People was Googling, they was like, but the point of the matter is that institutional organization, Black institutional support, while we don't necessarily agree on all of it, Ruthie, it was a place of refuge. I felt like, wow, we on the Freedom Bus, The bus pull up to the headquarters. They like, come on in here, y'all. Get y'all some food. Get y'all some strength to get back on the road. But anytime you come back to Springfield, let us know in advance. And you always got a spot. Right? And so when we are starting to build this infrastructure across the state for black people, who are the people that we can connect with? So you want to have a black people first meeting in Springfield? Well, why not use the NAACP headquarters? Right? The president is like, y'all, we part of the network. We are building something. That trip to Springfield, but I'm going to tell you something. I got to tell you that you know how they say it ain't never real unless it's on Facebook? I felt as we left, and I was super proud of everything that we accomplished, and I felt like we documented it because somebody could say it wouldn't happen. Mm. And Ruthie, I'm going to tell you, even as we drove away, I felt like in the pit of my stomach that they might play us again. That would this be another one of those moments where I went to a meeting. Thank you to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM who is tuned in. I want to tell you how much we appreciate you. Continue this conversation. We're going to continue this conversation on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Right now, we're going to keep it up. So, Ruthie, the thing that I questioned was, I told you I've been to a lot of meetings. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times when I go to those meetings, it's like people be like, don't tell nobody I met with you. Right? I'm with you, but don't tell nobody.
You ain't with me.
That's that. Now see, Reis, that's the old maze.
Either all in or you know.
Reis, that's how I be.
I mean, that's how you should be, man. Because then at any given time, you never know when it's that one chance when you know that they're not gonna be with you. So I need you to be, you either gonna ride, you know what I'm saying, ride with me or you not. I need you all in there, every part, because it's hard to really trust like a person like that.
Corrections officer. So, I told you what I wasn't on today, right?
Oh,
so I'm gonna tell you what I ain't on today, right? Take what you gotta take and go with it. But I'm not with it today. Ruthie, so all day yesterday, or not all day, so all day Thursday, I was like, dag, I was checking, I ain't gonna front. I was checking the tweets, I was checking the Twitters, I was checking all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. Because the allegiance, not the allegiance, I've met with so many people, but they always want to meet with me in private and never act like we knew each other. And then my phone started blowing up because this happened. So does anybody understand the gravity of the Speaker of the House? In the grand scheme of things, like, it's sort of like the president. It's sort of like when the Speaker of the House acknowledges something in the realm of political, it is instantly legitimized to, whether they with you or not, it instantly becomes legitimized. And so I was all day Friday, all day Thursday, I was like, oh, they gonna play us. We ain't gonna, they gonna be like we was there and it's gonna be like this symbolic meeting. And then we saw this post from Speaker Emmanuel Chris Welch. Yesterday, I was honored to welcome Mays Jackson and the Black People First organization to the Capitol for an important sit-down conversation about how to move our state forward for the who? The Black community. Looking forward to working together to build strong alliances. When's the last time you heard somebody Black elected speak directly to Black people?
Watch me work.
Man. And then, remember how I told you I was nervous about wearing my jacket? Because immediately somebody can take that and turn it into you're anti. And so, if you being safe, you got to stay away from that.
But the pictures, Ruthie. The pictures. From the speaker's office. Sending a signal to all of the people who have thrived on the fact that keeping us apart. Do you see? We didn't have to change our shirts. We didn't have to apologize about being black. And for the first time in a long time, no one hid from me or made an apology about talking to me. Like, you're laughing and I'm like dead serious.
I know you're serious. It's a moment for you. Like, it's been a lot of work that go into it. You make it look good, Maze. You make it look easy, but
it was a moment. Because can I tell you what the funniest thing was once again? I watched as people who have thrived on driving the wedge between black folks be like, damn. Do you know white folks started calling like, oh, wow. How can I get one of those jackets? You can't. But the ability of two black men to meet in power. And I wasn't by myself. I just want to make sure y'all just like pay attention to the pictures. But did you see like nobody had to flip their shirt? Nobody changed their clothes. Nobody apologized. We are able to advocate for our own self-interest. And the whole point why we came for Steve was to say, we will be watching. We will be participating. And can I tell you the other part, though, Ruthie? That was... I don't know if you know what it's like to be cut off from something that you love.
No.
To have it taken away.
It's almost like you were exiled. Like, not like back in the old days, like how they would exile people. Like, literally, you got to leave the town square. Now you got to fend for yourself. Like, I can't imagine.
And no trip, I survived. But if you can imagine having the passion that I do for politics, for government, for lobbying, right? And to have a white man tell you, what are you doing in this town? And essentially have the ability to cut you off and to return. And I can't really share the texts from the speaker, but to be welcomed back to a place on your terms, right? Like I didn't have to change. I didn't have to meek myself out and now let me be clear. I gave him the respect of the title of speaker because
you always do.
But I also feel like he gave us the respect as black people advocating for ourselves. Now, he was clear he got to be the speaker for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But
if we don't legitimize each other, then we have no hope.
Remember when I said there has to be a benefit to being black with black people. Now, imagine all of the white folks who have lied, steal, cheated, or been like, not lied, steal, but been like, made a career out of keeping us apart. And again, Ruthie, the reason I took people with me was because you needed to know I ain't go out the back door. The trip to Springfield, though,
became the legitimization of the Black People First Party. And so when we come back, I'd really like to talk to anybody who went on the trip. I want to hear from Uncle Rosie. I want to hear from Erica. I want to hear from Cassandra, Felicia. Shout out to Devin, who was there getting us ready before he couldn't go. But let's talk about the legitimization of Black People First and how we continue to grow. Because then, while I was out of town, y'all was busy growing the joint. Talking about the Southland. Y'all opened up a Black People First opportunity in the Southland. Brother, I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to put you out today. You're blowing me. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Byron, you got a nomination for the vice president of the phone club. Say what? Dang, Byron. Look, Tennille done nominated you for the vice president of the phone club. Reis has seconded. All those in favor of Byron being the vice president of the phone club signify by saying aye. Go once, going twice. And you are now officially the vice president of the phone club. So Byron, we will be expecting to hear from you regularly. So you and Katie will have an exec board meeting and let us know the rules of engagement on the phone. And Reis is now in your number one fan club. But you got to remember whose show it is, Byron. Don't forget, because Reis will have you thinking. You know how these millennials will do.
I know who paid the bill. I know who paid the bill.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the Black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history. All because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know. I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know. I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know. I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism. 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 Terrorism.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, TNT. The billboards are part of the voting structure for the local chapter. So when they're ready to decide their location, they'll put it up. Meet you at the meeting. I think there's an East Side meeting coming up soon. So
Southeast Side.
Pop yourself in, stand up, be at your meeting, and do your thing. Correctional officer. Again, I just got to say one more time. Like, I really be, it's like today, y'all can do what y'all do. We went for a purpose, right? Like, we went for a purpose that I think, even as I share this opportunity, okay, so then why are you trolling it? Great, I appreciate your 20. You want it back? I'm happy to send it back to you. I send you, just tell me what your name is. I'll put the 100, I'll find your 175 and send it back to you. You got about a day. Just telling you. You got one more day. Then you figure out how you want to do it and deal with it. But I thought this was one of the most meaningful moments of the trip to Springfield. And Reis, turn up the volume on the headset. I'm about to play it off this screen. Right? You know, I got the, right?
Come down here to show that support for me, and I appreciate you, because as a black woman in any space, no matter what position of power that they hold, this is needed, because it sends a message that you have my back and I have your back. And so I want to give a really big warm welcome to Maze Jackson and what's in it for the black people first in New Era, Chicago. Welcome to your capital. Thank you.
It was crazy.
to be in Springfield, to finally have someone to have your back.
Our capital.
Right? You saw that? It's like
your capital.
They said they were going to come down here to show their support for me, and I appreciate you because as a black woman in any space, no matter what position of power that they hold, this is needed because it sends a message that you have my back and I have your back. And so I want to give a really big warm welcome to...
That was what we went for. That was what we went for. Now somebody gotta find me Steve on the elevator. I need to hold on. I got to find Steve on the elevator because they got Steve on the elevator as well. But I thought it was important. Hold on. Look at your people. This is your bus.
I know you're working on it. Working and we're trying not to be.
It's upside down. That's Uncle Rosie coming up the back. And we still coming. Ruthie, I'm telling you, it was full-on black power on display in the building. I really got to get the point, though, where they got Steve in the elevator, right? Because they got Steve in the elevator, Ruthie, and it was something to display. And Andre Smith, I just got to tell y'all, Andre Smith is a complete fool. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible, but that brother was giving no refuge, no passes, no how, no way. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Ruthie, let's go to the live line. Why are you smiling over there?
I just feel like this was a very culminating week. And the crazy part is, Maze, you ain't even talked about the meeting that we had on Saturday.
Man, and when we talk about the meeting we had on Saturday, because I'm going to have Devin call in. Matter of fact, Vice President, you call in, and whoever was at the meeting on Saturday, y'all, it's happening. And it's like, that's why TNT is blowing the hell out of me. That's why corrections officer is blowing the hell out of me.
But you got to think about it this way, though, Maze. Like, the average person does not know really all of the work and stuff that's happening. So if they just kind of watching the show but are not really, like, actively engaged in, like, the on the ground, weekly, daily stuff, maybe they don't really feel the momentum and movement that's happening or the seismic shift that's going on within not just our political thought, but the action that goes behind it.
I was thinking about the whole premise of like, oh, it was just a tweet. I think about a President Trump tweet. Think about the message that sends, not to you, because don't nobody care about. I mean, I'm not saying don't nobody care, but what I'm saying is the message of the tweet is legitimately like, I got to acknowledge the black people. Mm-hmm. And imagine what it took for the white person that had to write that tweet to be like, I was honored to meet with black people first. Take the Maze Jackson out. Mm-hmm. When we haven't seen a black elected official speak about black people specifically, how many times do we complain about our leadership talking about some all people of color, blah, blah, blah? Like, we went and put black people first on the table.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand wanting more, but I think what people need to realize is that yesterday we couldn't even say black.
How about yesterday we couldn't even come in the Capitol? Mm-hmm. I was banned damn near from the Capitol. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go to the live line. Caller, were you there? What happened?
What's good, family? What's good, bro?
Devo, what up, dog? Man, I was so hurt that I couldn't be with y'all this weekend, and Ruthie told me y'all had it crack-a-lacking. Out there, the Black People First Southland chapter.
Hey, man, like you said, man, thank you for trusting us. Thank you to the team for executing, man. Shout out to Sister Jackie, Sister Cassandra, Sister Kathy, everybody in the Southland. You know what I'm saying? We taking over, pack room, people that's willing to see what this BP1 is going to be and what what the benefits are of getting down with this thing, man. And, we still moving, man. East Side, we coming for you. And then I need 2 more chapters to start up in these next 2 months, man. So I'm working, bro. That's all it is, man. We stay grinding, and that's all we doing, man. We literally taking over, bro.
Hey, man, I gotta tell you. Hold on, because I got the video. Once again, thank you to Andre Smith, the complete fool. No diss, but Andre is crazy because this wasn't the only time. First of all, Devin, so tell me about what happened with the Southland chapter meeting. Tell me how many people came, and did they say that they was voting, they started a new chapter in the Southland?
Yes, sir. So the Southland communities have decided to start a Black People First Party chapter for their communities. We anticipate significant growth and significant outreach into that community. That is a very strategic area down there. That's a very large collection of Black voters and voters. So they unanimously voted that they wanted to have a chapter, and we believe that they have the support and the enthusiasm to support and grow. So very excited about that. We got through our agenda, a BP first. The Constitution Committee is working this week to get on that bylaw and Constitution draft. So, man, we over here hustling, man. You know what I'm saying? So, anybody that want to help, you need to get in now before the price go up. So we watching, we paying attention. Don't sit on the fence. Jump down, put your feet in, because when the price go up, you gonna be down anyway. But just know, we see everything. We everywhere, and we seeing everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and then on Sunday, I don't even know what our group is called, but we went over to Peaches and had the den take over at Peaches. We didn't get kicked out. Food was excellent. Service was excellent. So shout out to the staff over there at Peaches. And they need a walk up so you can get salmon croquettes and keep walking down 47th Street. So, but
I think I'm offended that I didn't get invited to the meeting. See, they starting insurrections already.
That's that Southland. That's what we gotta watch.
They gonna be off on their own.
You already know they gonna break off.
Right, Southland gonna be the renegades.
Ain't no renegade sense of BP1. Ain't no renegade sense. So you just down with BP1 and you under the umbrella. But again, thank you to everyone that went on the trip. Thank you to everyone that contributed. Shout out to the young people that went, because if somebody had said, "Oh, it ain't no young people," and I opened the door and Sister Jasmine came in there, and it was just like young person. So they rolled up in there deep, man. So, that's really what it's about. It's about a plan of succession to transfer this Black power to this young generation and heal us, man. So, we coming to that Southland because we know the Southland needs healing. And that's what we want to do. We want to broker the peace, man. That's what we all about, because we not hurting Black people. You put yourself out the tent. And that's all I got, bro. Love y'all, dog.
Hey, appreciate you, Devo. Hey, man, it's y'all see it's growing. It's like it ain't just maize. You can always ask the question, but do it in a constructive manner. Don't do it to just be a pain in the ass. Don't do it just to be disruptive, right? I think it's intent. Let me go to, do we got any other callers? Hold on, before we go to callers, though, because I need for y'all to see, did y'all know that, so I was over here on the other side, and then they was like, what's that movie? Where they be like, there you go, right? There go them niggas right there. Well, BP1 actually saw the person that we were supposed to be getting with, Steve Reich, and they caught him on the elevator. Reis, turn up the volume because I want you to see the video of them. Now, can you imagine being on the elevator where it's only supposed to be 4 people and this group gets on? Watch the video.
That's Steve.
Representative Keisha Collins, what happened to her with our good representative here. So we just want to make sure that, that we're behind her.
Yeah, some of that poke their finger in our face, which we don't appreciate.
No, we sure don't. We don't do disrespect.
We don't play that.
That was old boy Steve stuck on the elevator with the squad. BP1. That big white boy right there. Imagine getting on the elevator and you trying to get away from us and like, can you guys just quit it? Can you put? And he was like the classic spoiled white boy, Ruthie. The ones that's like, you know how you just irritated, like, why is this such a big deal? I already apologized to the pride.
Yeah. How you doing? Good to see you.
Representative Keisha Collins, what happened to her with our good representative here. So we just want to make sure that, that we're behind her.
Yeah, some of that poke their finger in our face, which we don't appreciate.
No, we sure don't. We don't do disrespect.
We don't play that.
Yeah, it felt so. I mean, like
if you listen carefully, somebody said, "How you doing? Nice to see you."
Right? Oh no! Oh no! And think about, see how big he is? He's over taller than everybody in the elevator, and he walked up on the sister.
He is very tall,
and he's big, and he's bulky. And just imagine, he went home and said, cut the malarkey. I already apologized. We gonna malarkey you. You know why they be safe though? Because they passed the law. Right? They passed the law that says, but I'm just here to tell you, every Republican was uncomfortable. Can I tell you what the other interesting thing that happened was? For all the people who came to acknowledge us, how about the white state representative, Fran Hurley, ran from the floor, came all the way up the stairs to the balcony to take pictures with Black people first. The rep from Beverly. Right? And I was just thinking, like, I don't want our people to have to run from us. It's so crazy to me to watch how the people respond. Like, white people was like, well, what's going on? Well, let's talk. And the Black folks was kind of like, niggas.
Uh-oh.
See, you supposed to be ready, Reis. Ruthie got you. Ruthie got you. That was perfect. That was perfect timing. Ruthie. So let me say this. It's and the reality is it's getting real in the field. Did you hear about Sonia Harper? We took a picture with her, but apparently Sonia Harper, one of the state reps who did come to take a picture with us, may not have the signatures to actually get on the ballot, Ruthie.
What?
Turned in 409. And it's just one of the things that's interesting to me is that we really just have a truly underdeveloped political system, so much so that our elected officials, and I think I got a picture right here. Ooh. It's a little blurry. She took a picture with Jasmine. But let's do this. Let me go take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to take calls because I want to hear what your thoughts are as it relates to the trip to Springfield. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm a little bit all over the place, but we're going to do it anyway. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Reis the ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Look, and check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city. Back, put this country together and gave him hella aid. Lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants. They paid the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on, was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it high. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Reis the ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Hey, y'all, make my reparations high.
Do you want the mule? Do you agree with Ness that they can save the mule, that you just want the 40 acres? Or do you want the mule too?
I want the translated, upgraded version. I want to upgrade. I'll take a tractor, but if I couldn't get a tractor, I'd take a whip, a car. Not a whip.
You want the mule, Reis, or they can say the mule?
I want the tractor. I want you can say the mule. Yeah,
man, the mule was to hold the fields.
Mm-hmm. What you call me? No,
I would say, well, you could hold the field. Let me stop. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go to the live line. I think the return to Springfield was a big freaking deal. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Who this is? Hello?
Good morning, Maze, Ruthie, and Reis.
Uh-oh. That is Cassandra, the coordinator with Felicia Simmons. Look, y'all, we got us an army. But go ahead, Cassandra, talk to us.
I want to talk about two things. One, I want to talk about what Devin just said about the new Black People First political party that's starting out in the Southland, which is well needed. And that consists of Bremen, Bloom Township, Rich Township, and Thornton Township. So we're all under one umbrella. As we see that we're splintered out here, right? So by us having this Black People First political party, which encompasses all of the townships under one umbrella, which gets us to thinking as one before we dismantle and everybody go and have their pods. So we'll have a whole year of being together, nurturing each other together. So that is a plus. And the room was packed. And we had a representative from each township who has made the commitment of being a part of the organization. Matter of fact, they're like, where do we sign up? How much is it? So that was great. And we installed a chairman, which is Jacqueline Franklin. She is the chair of the Southland Black People First political party. So that was a plus. Our next meeting will be May 21st at 10 o'clock, and we will definitely put out there where it would be. We have a permanent location, but we'll put out there exactly where that would be. That was great. And let me just say, Devin was you, Maze. I almost couldn't tell the difference.
What?
He was there handling.
Oh, he can't do it no more then. No, he can't be. Y'all can't be replacing me with Devin. No. Did he have his mean mug face on, or did he have his Chipper Gold Devin's face?
Oh no, Devin was all about the business, and we were loving it. He did a fantastic bang up job. He got us gathered. Shall I say?
I'm gonna tell you, I knew something was up when Devin sent me an agenda and was like, he sent me the agenda before the meeting and was like, yo, everything's straight. And I was like, now you get to do this, got it. And then y'all and then I get the text that's like, we got us another chapter, y'all. Look, so we got Southwest, we got 34, we got the Southland. Next up is East Side, and I think we got to start. I think we might have to speed these meetings up because time is running out. So we're gonna have to start organize these meetings so that they can be getting cracking. Cassandra, I want to tell you and Felicia and your whole team, Nidra, Zaviola, who else helped plan on that? Tell me who planned the Springfield trip with y'all.
So we had about 14 people. Unfortunately, I don't have everybody's name, but you mentioned a few. You left out Lori, you left out Kathy, even Kenny Williams was on the call. Dr. Tinsley was on there. So all I can say about that is that we executed your vision, right? And that's the takeaway, is that we're able to have the vision, have the purpose, and execute. And we didn't have a whole lot of time. You know, time ran out on us. We didn't realize that session was going to be over with April 8th, right? So we really had a week to pull this off, and we met every other day so that we can cross every T, dot every I, so that when we go down there, we are a force to be reckoned with. We didn't look discombobulated. We were on a mission, and we did not smile, Maze. We did not smile at all.
I was trying not to. They kept catching me. Because y'all know before we got off the bus, we said, ain't no smiles. Can I tell you what the other best part was? When we took over the rail. Now, in case y'all don't know what the rail is, that is the place where all of the multi-million-dollar deals go on outside of the Capitol. And the black people occupied the rail, and the $1 million deals had to wait until we said they could go. Cassandra, thank you all for everything, and thank you all for being so supportive, and thank you for always being ready to answer the call. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure, but just wanted to just throw this one thing in there, that it was a teachable moment. It was a lot of people on the bus that had not been to Springfield, had not seen democracy in action. And then the third rail, to have black lobbyists come up and female black lobbyists, I mean, who even knew that was a job? Who even knew that was a vocation? And to have Letitia Anderson, the Anderson Group, that was a mother who had been in the lobbying business for 30 years. She brought her daughter and her son into the business. And to see that, our young people to see that this is another route that you can go, that was amazing. No, thank you, Maze, for your vision. Thank you for putting us on the black track. We are on it to stay. This train is rolling. And everybody want to jump on, you better come on, because we're at the ground floor.
Thank you so much, Cassandra. Yes, J. Mal Green, I did smile. I did. I could. So can I tell y'all, there is a certain feeling that I have in that Capitol. And I really was trying to be mad, but it's a certain thing to be able. I was smiling because I had never been in the Capitol where you could, like, the black people was walking with their heads up. And it was funny to watch black people pointing from a distance. Like, damn, like, yeah. Right? Like, I'm not finna get in trouble, but yeah. And to think about all of the people that, you know, pray for my downfall. I gotta tell you, I was a little nervous. It was probably, some of it was a nervous smile too, because I kept thinking I'm gonna get, you know, like, you're gonna get in trouble for this. You're gonna get in trouble for this. I was thinking like, dang, I'm gonna get banned for this. Like, I'm gonna never get back again. Right? And I think, You know, like I was taken from my profession. And just to not have to, like, and you know how you could be tough, but you be like, damn, on the inside, you know how you got to be looking at everybody all hard, but inside your heart is just kind of like, I got to just be tough and get through this. Right? When you know that they all looking at you, but you, the image of you is to be the tough guy, but inside you like, man, I just wish somebody would give me a something. And it was finally like one of those moments. And then it's crazy to see the white folks and even the most powerful black man be like, hey, black man, I see you out here fighting for us. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go to the live line. We got any other callers? Where's that Andre talking smack Smith? He need to call too. Because you should have seen Steve was trying to get an interview. Andre got in his interview and put the black, like straight up one-on-one. He stood behind him. He's like, could you please quit it? I ain't going nowhere. He said, shut up. We've heard enough from you, Steve.
What?
And I bet you somewhere in Springfield, we in the paper somewhere. Because they was taking pictures like, what are those black people? Is that the black people? Is that what your shirts actually? I mean, do you understand what it's like to walk through that building with your shirt saying black people first? And people stopping to read it? Remember how I told you about putting what you want to be said in your name? So that the white people got to say, black people first. Say it! It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go to the live line. Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show.
Shalom.
Israel, what's up, man? I know you didn't come down with us, man. I was looking for you because you know you be the extra bus through the door, but you was somewhere saving the world from the casinos. What's up, Israel? How you feeling, man?
Oh, you got the memo. Hey, you had to force some people to the table. Yeah, no, but they out of order, man. We might as well keep this train moving, man. They kind of disrespected our Madam President and what's in for the black people because she didn't know what was happening in the background. I walk in that meeting. She was Tamika might have to get on. Related might have to come back to explain their damn self. Because they got a white boy, and I'm saying it. I don't have he here. Landmark Gaten. Man, I'm going to start in gang wars and all type of stuff.
Okay.
Landmark Gate. Related need to come back. Really, Rush Street Gaming need to come and say what's in for the black people. Because I forced them to the table at 2:00 before they. And they got that African down there too, man. The community don't want that African. It's just a lot going on with that. And all three of them people need, Rush Street Gaming, Hard Rack, and Bally's need to come see what's in the black people. But that dude with the $700 shirt you was talking about, and Don Bernanke and them need to come back. And we almost gonna advocate for this Landmark to be fired.
Ooh.
So you need the Madam President to, Landmark Gate. I'm telling him, man, he out of order. So I'm glad we did stay back. Because they were going to sneak and say some things that, Tamika can explain it better. She voiced her opinion. Madam President voiced her opinion. And I had a meeting with Landmark Gaten the next day. I was like, what's going on? He was like, everybody in the grid, everybody back there, because there's a lot of things going on in the back, if you know what I mean, man.
Right. And who is that lady that's running the meetings, man? She crazy, too. She be talking to people like they are kids.
The white lady?
She say she black.
The white lady? I don't know.
Israel, we gotta have a gaming meeting, bro.
Mercy me. Yeah, mercy me. But yeah, we advocated for Landmark Gaten to get fired. I talked to the president, but I let Tamiko speak for herself.
Okay. Thank you, Israel. We appreciate you, man.
Shalom. Hey, man, I got something to say. Black, I want to start the BF1 party.
Hey, man, no, it ain't driving no black folks. Look, I keep telling you. Look, Israel, we at the meeting. He wants it for the black folks, not black people. Look, man, don't be trying. We an organization.
Hey, Ness, I heard Ness on the radio. That's what he said.
Ness gonna have to do a revision too. I'm out west. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Who else we got on that line? DJ Riis. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Maze? This is Al Evans.
Big Al, what's up, man? How you feeling, man?
Feeling great. Listen, I want to thank you. I want to thank all of the committees for putting together a very well organized and meaningful, purposeful, and well executed trip to Springfield. The one thing that sticks out in my mind is Jasmine. She was in the speaker's office. She asked questions and she made comments. The things that she achieved, she had the speaker stating to her and to the delegation that there are funds out here for our young people. There are opportunities out here for our young people. Jasmine even got the speaker to give up a name of who she should contact. So as we move forward, the BP1, we have, and I'm not trying to give Jasmine a job, but she has initiated a avenue to get things done for other young Black people in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. So I applaud you all, but Jasmine, job well done.
Shout out to Jasmine. I thought it was important that we had, is that the...
Kudos snaps.
Hey man, the young people be. Hey man, you got to watch these young people though. They be sneaking on the vape thing though. I'll be like, I
gotta sneak it. It's legal.
I'll be like, I'm just not there yet. That's okay though. But I'm gonna tell you, it was great because the speaker actually offered. He was like, look man, I got jobs for people all over the place, and I can't seem to get Black people to apply for them. And we was like, oh, what? Give them to us, and we'll help you. And again. It's like we got to get our people in the pipeline, and that was part of the conversation that we had. And you know, it was definitely a good thing. Let's take another call. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze. This is Katie. How are you?
Hey, president of the phone club, Katie. I seen you, and I saw you in that commercial for Ruthie and Tennille that Tennille put up there too. What's going on with you, Katie?
I was on both events. And we accomplished in Springfield. I was so happy I went. We accomplished our goal, and it was a lot of extras. Speaking of the Black lobbyists that I met, I got the card of one of her colleagues that might help, that knows about a whole lot of things that's going on for the Black farmers. Because on Sunday, with WBON, I listened to the Black farmers that during the summer, they have bundles of fresh vegetables, and they're looking, and they have been concerned about their survival and getting help. So I got a card to help them, and so I was just so happy because since I met you, Maze, I've been learning a lot about lobbyists. I really didn't know about what a lobbyist did. And in Springfield, it was full of people, lobbyists and representatives walking around, and it was a lot of good looking Black men.
Come
on, oh, this is where all the Black men are.
Come on.
Katie, I'm going to have to keep an eye on you. We're going to have a Black people first.
I hear you, President. I hear you, President.
Katie be on the prowl. She be like,
She understood the assignment.
Like, you saw she was like, next time y'all need to have a Black men's fundraiser for care.
That's the best report I done heard from Springfield all day, Katie.
They look nice in those little tight suits.
Katie,
we gotta stop. Y'all gotta tell Kim, how come the 350-pound dudes want to wear the European cut? Kim, you not. Look, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna leave him alone. Go ahead, Katie.
He looks sort of good too. I like him thick like that.
Katie, so you know James the next caller.
James like no nasty calls after this, James.
And then I hope that we can pull the West Side in too, because we have a lot of work to be done. We got to catch up. I overheard a conversation as I was sitting and resting my knees from doing all that walking and climbing up the steps, which I very much enjoyed. I overheard these two Latino guys, and they were talking business. They said, what are they doing for us? And they had a lot of conversations that was business for them. And I also saw, as we were walking on the underground, I said, they even have Indians here too. So, we got to hold our ground. We have to hold our ground, and let's bring the West Side in, and maybe even in the north suburbs that there could be a chapter, because we have to pull all our Black people together, because we have a lot of things that we have to accomplish. And that's my comment. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Katie.
So informative. So informative. Thank you, Katie.
Don't nobody want to hear about them tight suits. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. We talking about the Springfield trip. If you went, call us. If you're looking to start a Black People First chapter, who is going to be part of the West Side chapter of Black People First?
They keep asking about it.
Do they? Who? Do the South Side be asking, or is the West Side asking? Because you know, the West Side, you got to check in. You might have to go. I might have to go. You might have to ask somebody, could you have Black people first? Because you know our West Side still got organization. I'm just telling you. Riis know. Riis know. That's why he got Riis know. That's why he went on the other side of Austin.
I have a question. So if somebody is listening, right, and they like, I want to start a chapter in where I live at, what do they need to do? Contact somebody? Should they send an email?
Yeah, we got to get Devin the email address.
Because it's going to be Brother Devin, right?
It'll be Brother Devin is the organizer. He's the ambassador. He's the minister. Let me say the minister, ambassador to the people of outreach. Who on the West Side Randy, I don't even know if you real, Randy. You know, I'm sure if I get Ruthie over there though, Randy will show up.
we got.
Look, and she's switching.
Look now. Maybe once Ready Rock come back, we'll be able to get.
Ready Rock gonna be too busy for us now.
We gonna need to do the West Side.
Ready about to be on road trip. She about to be neophyte.
She's gonna be Ready Red.
She's gonna be. Pardon me. I am at the Delta convention and she.
We need you on the West
Side.
She
I ain't got time for y'all. I got to go get my. Do you remember what it's like when you was a neophyte? You finna be at every convention in the summertime too. She gonna be at every.
No, Maze. She's going to be working.
Right. Okay. I'm just telling you. She gonna be working around the country at all them events with her line sisters, and they gonna be 79D. They gonna probably, they going to Essence. That they gonna be on. I'm gonna stop. It's the Maze Jackson Show. You gotta be vetted. That's what I'm talking about, Devin. Because the ops be trying to set up their own chapter. What's up, caller? It's the Maze Jackson Show. Hello? Caller?
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning, Anthony. How you feeling, man?
I'm well, man. I'm well, and I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you, Anthony.
Proud of you because of your skill set and what you've done and accomplished, okay? You stood up there toe-to-toe with what I'll call a Klan member of the legislative body of the state of Illinois. And that's some people that don't want JB to be successful. All that. We don't need JB. JB needs us, like we were discussing, remember?
Yep.
The whole thing you just did was a true struggle, getting buses, all that, getting people and all that. But you did it. That's why I'm so proud of you. Flowers out to our little secret weapon sitting there with you this morning. I mean, you trained her well. She was able to do what had to be done in your absence. Like I said, that's why you need, somebody to help you with a lot of stuff, because one of your skill sets is training and delegating, okay? You don't have to be, everywhere all the time, because then they say, well, all we got to do is take out Maze and all that, what's in it for the Black people? No. You got other people in positions to handle that business when you're not there. And kudos, flowers out to our little secret weapon there with you, okay? I'm proud of what you've done, man. And the trip to Springfield, that can become an annual thing. Okay, I know it's easy for me to sit back. I've always hated going down to Springfield, man. It's too much walking and going here and going there and whatnot. But what you did was amazing to me, anyway. I know the effort that goes into that. I mean, it's like being a visionary. Could you imagine us having our own what's in it for the Black people buses? That way, you ain't got to worry about getting a bus.
We talked about that. We talked about that on the bus, though. We talked about that. Like again, it's these steps we taking.
Well, you planted the seeds, okay? They know that you're for us, and that's why I'm all about maybe you need to continue to train and delegate, responsibilities and have all these other people, committees and whatnot, to handle business in your absence, because you do need to be away from the desk from time to time because you got so many other things going.
Thank you, Anthony.
With that, I'm, flowers out to our team because we making stuff happen. And if we look at it in the prism of we doing this for the baby so they can get an idea of how the legislation works and what the Capitol is supposed to represent, okay? I mean, anybody can be the governor of the state, but somebody to actually be able to sit back and help people make things happen, man, that's priceless.
Man, thank you, Anthony. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's Flowers Monday instead of Flowers Friday. I thank you for that. That was pretty cool what y'all did. I want to point something out very quickly, y'all. What this means is there's going to be a whole new assault on Maze Jackson. I need for y'all to understand that. There was a dedicated group of powerful for progressive people who have been in a position to speak on behalf of black people and tell us what's best for us. And right now, this thing that we're doing is now threatening their power. And so I want you to be prepared because I got a funny feeling that there's about to be a whole new spring of Maze Jackson attacks. Now, though, not from the left, not from Democrats, but from white progressives who can't fathom a black man speaking in power. Right? And there's a whole cottage industry made up of being able to keep Maze away from making money and elected officials and keeping the black elected officials separate. Right? And being able to, I'm going to go back because I'm going to tell you right now, the attack has already begun because I believe what's for black people should be for black people. And that has offended a white liberal woman who has now decided that a black man speaking for black people being able to do what black people do. So now we going to teach this, we going to put this Negro in his place. That's why they is knocking on my door. Right? That's why so be prepared. I'm letting y'all know that the white folks, and the reason that I've always been honest with you is so that there never is, aha, gotcha. Never ran from being a lobbyist. Never, but I'm going to tell you, the biggest threat to white progressives who have navigated our ship is black people saying what we want for ourselves and not allowing white people to speak for us. So when I go to the table, I'm going to get the bag. When I go to the table, I am going to do right by my people. But I'm going to tell you, be on the lookout for the white progressives who don't want black people to have a say in their own future. So they're going to try and be like, oh yeah, this and that and this and that. But you got to recognize, y'all, that there is a whole cadre of white folks who have made a living keeping us poor, broke, and stupid.
Whoa.
Oh, no. Because we know y'all don't got a black publicist, so I'm going to help you. I'm going to save you. We know y'all don't have black campaign staff, so let me save you. Let me be the white savior. And when the black people say we don't want no more white saviors, let us determine our own fate. Well, then the black people that tell you that, them are the enemies of the state. And then what they do is they use all their little white friends and family to come and tell stories. Because you know how on what's that? Just like Steven didn't like the Negro on the NAD. It's white people that make a business out of using black people, and they never want to see a nigga on the NAD.
It's their survival. Their survival is contingent upon your demise.
I am the savior of black people. I have black friends. I save black people all the time. How dare you question me? Let me tell y'all.
Come on.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Fear of a black planet, fear, and
and the destruction of a black man. Right?
Come on, Maze.
How dare that Negro question? How dare he question the opportunities for black people when I'm here white to save it? Say, I've been deemed a white saviorist. So I'm going to tell you, white lady. Open it up. We going to open it up. And it's amazing to me to watch white people walk amongst us with a past, even as they seek to undermine us. But because I'm cool with this Negro, oh no, if we gonna play, we gonna play. I'm just telling you, I'm not sitting. I'm not sitting down. So, if you have decided, right? Because how dare this Negro do well? How dare this Negro imagine that he should have the same things as white people? What? He knows how to count? He knows how to read? He around here counting and reading? Oh, we got to stop this. So I'm just going to tell you, I'm not laying down. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Reese, I got 3 more callers. All right, I just need for y'all to be clear. The fact that 2 black men met as black men is offensive to white, particularly white women who think that they run black men. And so be on the lookout because there will be attacks on the way. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Yes, good morning, Maze, Ruthie, and Reis.
Good morning, Sister Zakia. I was like, Sister Zakia, this bus is missing you.
You know, listen, let me tell you, I'm so proud of you, Maze. I'm so proud of Sister Cassandra and the 14 people that worked with her and the people that went down there. Let me tell you, this reminds me of a trip we had. And I'm happy about this generation because you all following in the footsteps of us radicals. I remember when we went down there, Governor Blagojevich was the governor, and we had to have some words with State Representative Mary Flowers because they were disking Dr. Carol Adams at the time. She was over the Department of Health and Human Service. Now, we wasn't intentionally casing her, but she chose to want to explain to her what the master was doing. And when Doris addressed her as Sister Girl, listen here, Sister Girl, she got an attitude and it went back and forth. So you have to face them. You have to speak truth to power. You got to let them know you ain't jiving. We serious. We didn't come down here for nothing. I love you all. Keep on going. Keep on doing what you're doing. And whatever I can do before I decide to get back out there, you know you can count on me. I'm all in, okay?
I know it. Sister Zakia be out there ready to kick it off. I love you, Sister Zakia, and thank you for your support. And I'm about to listen to my CD in the car today. All right, it's the next caller. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? Caller? Hello?
Hi, how you guys? Hi, Maze. Hi, Reese and Ruthie. This is Felicia.
Hey, Felicia, go ahead. Look at my organizer supreme and the mama of the superstar of the trip, Jasmine, who getting ready to be our next big superstar lobbyist.
Yeah, so I just want to thank the committee for everything that they did. Trust me, it was a group effort. All I did was supply the Zoom, but everyone came together and did what they needed to do. Thank you. I've listed all 14 people on the feed because I don't want to ever forget anyone. But thank you. But I just want to say that although we sometimes disagree on things, but we learn to agree to disagree. We learn, I will repeat what you say, we learn to build, not break. I want to thank Jasmine and the young folks that came out. It was a civics lesson, not just for the young folks, but it was a civic lesson for us as well, the older people that was there. But it was an awesome experience, I must say. And again, thank you for trusting us. You know, I told you I didn't sleep and nothing disturbs my sleep. And I literally do not lose sleep, but I couldn't sleep for 2 nights before because I wanted it to be a success, and it was. So again, thank you everyone for your contributions and your support.
Thank you so much, Felicia. I'm going to tell you, it was funny because Felicia was like, I ain't sleep at all. And I was like, great, because I slept like a baby. Right? Because even when we have a meeting, like I be thinking, who gonna get the donuts? Who gonna get the coffee? Who gonna make sure, right? And to see them take through and go through all of the stuff, man, it was dope. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We got anybody else on the line, Reese? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? What's your thoughts? Talk to me.
Good morning, Maze Jackson.
Byron, why you ain't get on the bus, man? You tripping. See, I knew you was going to tell him. But anyway, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to let you tell your story. It's the vice president of the Funk Club. That's right, y'all. It is our brother Byron. What's up, Byron?
Hey, Devin speaks for me, and Brother Muhammad speaks for me. I don't have to call it anymore. I'm done. They speak for me. Everything that I would think that they expound upon. But I have a different angle now.
Come on.
See, my angle is with the black representatives down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you went down there and show your hand, right? Now let's see, are they going to join you and get into things done that you want? If they're fighting you, if they send the white folks to fight you, then we know where they stand. Because nothing gets done down in Springfield with black votes, okay? If black folks hold their vote, we can get anything we want. But if they now see that we are building this party, this organization, and they refuse to come and join us, that let us know about them.
I agree.
They still want to work for the big belly boy, Pritzker. They have to come on board.
So here's me.
And Maze, and it's what comes after you. They're sending the little lily white folks coming after you. We want them to go and stop that. Stop it. Right? That will show their hand that they're with us. If they stop the threats against you, then we know they're on our side, and they start voting for our interest. But tell me what you want to say now.
What I want to say is I don't think that there is any white liberal who thinks that they have to respect black people. And so even as our elected officials, so let me back up. First of all, the speaker extended what I would consider an invitation for me to return to Springfield as a lobbyist, right? As in not breaking a brick. And I think part of our understanding is, remember when part of what I try to do is educate us is we have to have lobbyists that understand that their job is not only the white people stuff, but to figure out how do we win in that. And I think the way for me to be able to do that is to be involved in the deal making process unabashedly, which is why I felt like, again, if you hire me as a lobbyist, you know that I'm going to be forcing the black issue by the speaker saying in hit to his universe, not to ours, that, yo, this dude is legit. This black people first thing that he's talking about, he ain't crazy. He ain't saying what's. So now when I engage, the expectation is, and I'll be in Springfield, right? So as these deals are happening, I'm going to stick my nose in them. And I think I don't know that it's his job or their job to do it. I think it's our job to be in the game and then bring them up to speed. So I'm going to say this, two things, Byron. I don't think that the black legislators can stop liberal white people, because the liberal white people that work with the black legislators think that they control them too, if that makes sense. Right. So they enjoy. No, they don't. So they're not going to say, ooh, I'm going to stop, because they're used to being able to string up a black man, whether you're a liberal or whether it's Mike Madigan or it's a white liberal publicist. They're used to being able to string Negroes up at will, because they have the media, they have all of their little networks to screw us with our people. And because when we read stories, we just jump off the cliff. Right? We just jump instead of saying, wait a minute, is this brother doing the same thing and he's doing everything right? But why is it that 300 other people could do the same thing? Well, it's because that Negro is over there trying to amass some power. That Negro ain't just going to be quiet. He ain't just going to say, oh, thank you, white lady, for being so gracious and beneficial to us. He's going to say, white lady, why are you doing the black people's job?
Black people got to eat off that. And so what essentially, remember I told you the pain and suffering, black people are a profit center for everybody, parasites or not. And they can come to you as a friend and say, ooh, I want to help you because you don't have it. Or they could, but once they help you, they feel like they own you. And so they ain't gonna never like a black dude that say, hey, white lady, I appreciate you, but I'm sure there's somebody black that could do the job for black people. Well, I'm a benevolent helper of black people because they get to pat themselves on the back for saying, ooh, I help black people and I'm a good one. I'm one of the good white people. But really, you don't pay no black people. You don't give no black people no opportunity. And then you have a black dude call me to say, she's really a nice white lady. She's really got our back until you stand up for black people in a space that makes them uncomfortable. Or until you stand up for black people because you want black people to eat the same way they do. Then you ain't good. And so here's what I'm saying. I'm saying, Byron, I'm not going to put ultimatums on anybody. What I'm going to say is, you know how we say we always looking for a handout? I just want the opportunity to play in the game. Let me play in the game, and Maze Jackson is going to do Maze Jackson, and I'm not going to fail y'all. And then we're going to continue to pretend we're going to get Jasmine to be a lobbyist. And when Jasmine becomes a lobbyist and she's in the deals, and she going to be in the deals. But in that deal, she going to say we ain't taking the Negro chop. And until anybody demanding that we take the Negro chop, then you probably not messing with me. So Byron, let me say this. I'm not looking for nobody to save me. I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. I'm good. What I need to know is that y'all understand, but y'all have to understand that when black men specifically start talking power, we are often leveraged by white people who use that against us. And so I want y'all to understand the power of two black men who white folks said that Negro is that's an offensive Negro. And for the first time, being an offensive Negro, the most powerful black man didn't say that's an offensive Negro. He said, man, we got to fight. He got to be the speaker for the city, for the state. I got to do, and we got to start building our own squad to represent our interests. Just like the Italians, just like everybody else down there. And the only people who didn't seem to get it is black folks and white folks who have made a business off of the fact that black folks don't have an infrastructure, so they always get to be the savior. And they get mad when the black man say, you ain't saving us. You making money. Telling us, oh, I'm doing you. No, you taking the same opportunity that a black kid had and running around, but you get to pat yourself on the back because, man, don't get me started. Byron, I'm sorry. You done what made me go down the rabbit hole. But I'm going to tell you what, I appreciate you, brother. And I'm glad you're the vice president of the phone. And I'm going to tell you what, Byron, you going to get on the bus. Because this thing we doing, Byron, if they don't get with us, they said the chicken ain't free no more. So if you don't get with us, and there's a window, by the time we strong enough, you're going to look up and be like, damn, I should have got with them because we're going to be able to help or hurt you. Byron, I appreciate you, man.
Last word.
Go ahead.
I got three people in mind.
Go ahead.
Frank Winkle, the man, and that Pillsbury Doze boy. I want them to be scared. That's all I got to say for the name.
And I want them to be too. And I want them to, but I don't just want them to be scared. I want them to be forced to act. That's why we got to get bigger. That's why we got to get stronger. Y'all, it is the Maze Jackson Show. Reese, we got anybody else up on that line? Look, Reese like, yup, look, I was supposed to get off at 9 o'clock. That's okay. It's the man. I'm going to put this down on your sheet.
Uncle Rosie.
Uncle Rosie, come on, man.
Hey, Maze, brother Maze, how are you?
I'm on a natural high.
Hey, you ought to be. You ought to be because, I was just thinking as I was listening to you, having born in 1940, I have seen a lot of changes in life. And there are several, maybe twice I've heard the clarion call to come. And as I've always said, when I first heard Maze Jackson, I do not like him. But God is wonderful. God is wonderful. I stopped and I began to listen. And everything in my fiber said, trust this young man. Trust him. He is speaking like none other
None other. And I'm happy that you, giving and receiving is so beautiful. To see us down there, and there was a silence, there was a maturity amongst that group that was awesome. It wasn't loud, wasn't keying and giggling all over the place. We operated as a single unit, and I was so proud to be a part of that. It goes into my historical history of the things that God has blessed me to experience during this sojourn. So I'm looking forward to continue to work with you. And all I can see is great things. I see us not just locally. I see us statewide. I see us regional. I see us across this United States and across this earth with the same message. It is time. The question is, how awoke are you now? We are army. And like you always say, we all got many talents, but an army has many different talents, and we come together behind that single banner. What's in it for the Black people? And we cannot let anyone else write our story. It's ours. It's ours. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Rose.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Man, y'all, it was... Ruthie, you got to get on the bus next time.
Now that I know that, yeah.
I'm just telling you. You gotta get on the bus.
Listen, I'm convinced now.
Now she know this. What is the pretty girl like you doing now?
What is the beautiful lady like you doing on the island?
Looking for you. She was like, looking for you now.
How tight is your suit?
Is that a European cut?
Is that Euro cut?
It's a place for me down there.
You got to watch Ruthie and Katie. They gonna have their own thing.
It's our capital.
You heard us say it's our capital. Look, y'all. Who's powerful? And I'm just gonna tell you that when Black people and Black men talk power, it sure makes white ladies uncomfortable in their Black benevolence. But I just need for y'all to be clear. They don't be doing it for free. And the reason that those opportunities, I'm so adamant about Black people having opportunities with Black people, is because I know what the economic benefit of it is. White folks be trying to play like, oh, I'm just doing this to help you. No, you're doing it to get rich.
That's why you so dangerous, Maze, because you know.
You saying it because we can't let that Negro get Black people thinking about Black people, about economics. We got to keep them, what they say, keep them broke, keep them poor, broken, lonely.
Chasing.
All right. And so when the Black men say, hey, we want a piece of that pie, we eating, oh, don't let the white woman be upset about that. This Negro around here telling Black people. And it's amazing to me that when Black people discuss money and power, white folks want to criminalize it. But when they discuss money and power,
that part,
they monopolize it.
That part.
It's the Maze Jackson Show. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the Black people? So for Maze and Reis and Ruthie, I am the host, where we keep on asking this question, what's in it for the Black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said we out of here. Peace. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Male Lightfoot seems more lesbian than Black. Oh, I got to run the show. I got to do the show now.
Yeah, they suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, epidemic is gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm the seal kid, they with the on the swivel. Sure, I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.